Look, let me explain something to people out here that see my work as like, that is me. No, it's not me. It's the fact that I'm taking an avatar of an emotional value, either from myself or from him or from her or from some other specific area of a person's emotional value. You see what I'm saying? So though I write from detrimental effects from what other people would be willing to push upon a person, through through the work that I put into my actual lyrics, you'll be able to see that it's me trying to come out of a position of myself, but that isn't me. That has never been me. That has been a completely maligned me. I don't know how else to say it. As if my shaving my head isn't a maligned me. Now look at the back of my head. I got like something going on. I'll try and show you. I don't know what it's catching, but the fact of the matter is that I personally have been being eaten up alive by parasites, and people don't want to believe that to be true. And then like on top of it, like me moving out here in the first place, I believe wholeheartedly that the reason he moved in this way was because he couldn't stand looking at what he had done. He didn't want to look at what he had done for forever, you know. And so it was just, and the way it made me feel was just like, no, a person doesn't get away with that kind of thing. And if they do, and people do these days, that's just the sad part about it. I really think that oftentimes these murderers, they get away with it. And I don't know how these people can live with themselves. That's the bottom line. But on top of that, like, I don't know if I can switch to the others. I can't. I wanted to show you guys something, just to put it into perspective. Like a long time ago, I had lost all my stuff. I tried to put it into storage. I paid for storage for so long. I was able to go out and get maybe a tenth of the stuff that I had in there, but all the rest of it got auctioned off. And the thing of it is that I think this stuff was done on purpose to me, you guys. I think this stuff was really done on purpose, and I believe wholeheartedly that somebody who knows me, and I think that somebody that knows me knows that I know who they are, but I think that somebody who knows me is the one that got all of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so all of that information and all of, anything that was maligned already in my work has just been being used by somebody to really hurt me. And like I wasn't able to really understand it or see it until certain comments were made. Do you know what I mean? And even then it's a question, but here's just the fact of that is nobody who is anybody should ever have to even think those kinds of questions about the people that they are close to. And so I just want to put into perspective for you here that there's a box there's a whole box that I'll never be able to even work on. You know what I mean? And then with what I've been doing, obviously I have writing, a lot of new writing based on what's happened. But then another thing is that with what happened to me before, so I raise my voice in certain songs when I'm going back into my old work, and I'm doing copy on it because it's the same thing. You see what I mean? And I didn't understand that. I've read this stuff. I've written it. I wrote it. You know, and so obviously, like if I'm reading through it, like say months ago, I I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. All I understood was that there's something going on in my life that needs to be discovered. And I really feel like I'm on the cusp of that this discovery in this resolve with this, if you feel what I'm saying. So I have a notebook here that it's just one notebook. I haven't even gotten through that notebook, and there's pages ripped out of it, like where I know that they were before. And then I just want to put into perspective that my goal is to get through that. And I think there's some more work in here. And then, like, so I'm just trying to put it into perspective that, like, because I went through homelessness, I went through shit that I didn't feel like I had to go through. People want to blame these things on you. Even in the shelter, they're like, you're here for a reason, and you did it. You did it to yourself. And I'm sitting there like, okay, well, if I'm being maligned and targeted, and there's people that legitimately like would want you dead, or like I don't know how to put it into perspective exactly, but like through the taxation fraud and all that kind of stuff, they're like acting like I could do my taxes. I even tried. I even like, but here's the thing about that is a person can't do their taxes if every single one of these jobs that they had weren't paying them correctly until they weren't paying them at all. So how is it that in America I can feel protected in America to how is it that I can feel protected in America to do the right thing when the places that you're working for aren't even doing the right thing? So there's no way. Okay, there's no way if I'm not paid correctly through a length of time, and I'm talking a lot, dude. I'm talking like $10,000 at least worth of like payment that these people would owe me. And if you're talking about like me being able to sue them for like the detriment or like look, they didn't have any reason to not pay me, and then by not paying me, I would have been able to make much more of my life had I been paid in time to like continue keeping the car type of thing or continue on my grind. You know what I mean? But if these things are just taking you out of your grind, well, you know what you're seeing is what you get. This isn't me. This is not me. This is a complete maligned person. I am beside myself. My character has been assassinated. And so far, like so far and so roughly that it's gotten me to think, like, from all of the abuses in my past that were similar, where I was basically like, if I tried to talk, my ears will pop and crackle and all sorts of weird stuff. And I don't think that was me either. In all honesty, I honestly feel really scared that it could have been a poisoning that was intentional, and I don't even want to go into that because that's like, I just want this stuff to be found out about. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one deserves to go through the kind of shit that I've gone through regarding this. And so when I'm coming out here and I'm saying these kinds of things, like, I want people to know that, or I don't know, I want people to know that I've been put in a situation where it is taking me out of me. Me personally, I feel really bad because, like, I just want to come to life. I just want to be me. You know what I mean? I don't want all this extra territorial, like, fishing into my life to sabotage me, to, like, steal up my value. Like, legitimately, every single one of the 7 deadliest of sins were involved in this last relationship. And then some. and then some. It just got so fucking scary, to try and figure out like who the fuck these people are. Like, you don't want that. You didn't ask for that. You know what I'm saying? So when this stuff happens to you, it's all of a sudden like, okay, you're going homeless and it's your fault. Bullshit. In fact, I am owed millions. I am owed millions by multiple areas now. Because if I was to, look, if I was ever to get on that domino rally of like suing these people for what the fuck they've done to me, oh man, I just don't, there's not even enough money in any one of their circumstances, and I don't even care if it was Unity Hospital. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I believe I have a case against Unity Hospital. And these things have just eroded me. And I honestly think that it's been targeted. It's been meant for me. It's been meant for me to drain me up out of self, and then you know what happens when people are in those situations. You already know. People get down and out and they fucking do stupid shit. You already know. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't read enough, or maybe you don't look up enough of this kind of stuff. But I do. I've been looking it up and reading on awful stuff for a long time. But it's not it's not to place devastation. It's to learn. And it's to be able to like try and make a plan. And I have an awesome plan. Like, hands down, in my heart of hearts, I believe that my plan is bulletproof. Bulletproof. As long as I'm protected in this right now, my plan's bulletproof. But without that protection, my plan is like in the grave. Just like the last 20 years of my life. It's been in a grave. And I can't explain that to people other than to tell them that, look, I've been suffocating in my own thoughts, in my own mind, and I don't even think it's so much so that it's me. I believe that this stuff has been wholeheartedly done to me, cold-heartedly, placed upon me, with intent, absolution and aim. So I don't know, man. All I know is I have the right to come out here when I have such devastating things happening to me in my life. And they've been happening to me for so long. I have that right. And I reserve that right to come out here and speak out about this stuff. Because it's affected me my whole life. My whole life. I mean, sure, there's many times where I could go around and be happy through it. And smile and enjoy my life with whatever is in front of me. But the fact of the matter is that all the way back to prior relationships and all this other stuff, and my mind's just being flooded with how this motherfucker moved in my life. And things like that. Like, I'm not asking for people to be proud of me. I'm not proud of me. Only time I'm going to be proud of me is after I get through all of this. Is if I can get through all of this. And then beyond that, I want to create better things. And I have some stuff that's just inspiring like you wouldn't believe. So anyone that doesn't want to believe in me and my heart's work, just scroll past. You don't have to stay here. You know that? Just because your family or your, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you don't like my content, if you don't like what I'm trying to do here, then just get off of my content. It's as simple as that. What I'm trying to do is different. It is. It's different. Not everyone's going to see it. And they don't have to. I really hope that somebody does and some people do. But not everyone has to. And I'm okay with that. Me personally, I'm okay with that because people haven't understood me. like me in my heart of hearts in a position that I'm in saying like, this isn't me, you know, like my worth, my ethics, my value, my abilities in life, all of that. What you're looking at is a completely maligned person. I am just trying to come out of the places that people have left me in, and I think that it's a formidable approach, because if I'm ever to make this business opportunity come together, I'm going to change the world. And I still think I will. So regardless what happens here, I just hope that I'm given the opportunity to grow here. And the latest that I'm feeling in my heart from the Lord is that the Lord wants me to be recorded all the time. That's what I'm feeling from the Lord. And it's not only out of protection, but it's also a matter of fact that I have a lot to say regarding a lot of topics. And I think it's very formidable. And I don't care if you're not proud of my work. I'm proud of my own work from what I've had to crawl up from. And I feel it from the Lord. So those are the only two main things that I need. The Lord working within me and working with me. I'm perfectly okay with that. I've been perfectly okay with that all of my life. But the second part is that I need to be okay with my own self to come out and do this stuff. And it's been hard. It's been really hard. So I really don't care as far as what people see. What you see is what you get, just like I said. I wish I had my long hair. I wish that I didn't have to feel like I'm crawling out of myself. I wish that I was never put into a homeless shelter. I wish that I didn't have to be sitting in that place, legitimately going swimming in my mind to go to sleep at night because of the crawly feelings. And mind you, people want to consider me crazy because, oh God forbid, I feel something or something's going on with me that hasn't been recognized before in life. Whatever, yo. Like there isn't new things that come up and happen where people are like, they just don't know what to do. It's like, I don't know. It's silly to me to think that I can come out there and say something like this, and then all of a sudden, like, instead of getting help in it, you're just like told you're crazy. And then they wanted to keep me there, locked up in that place. And then I get out, I spend like well over $2,000 on healing myself. And you know what? I did. It was honestly the only real reason I was able to even go and ask a girl for her number. Because before then, oh hell no. Oh hell no. I didn't want anyone to have to go through this. Are you kidding me? And I didn't know where it was coming from, but I think I do know now. And that's scary to me. That's really fucking scary to me. Because not only was I like I don't know. I have literally just had I literally in a homeless shelter sleeping on a top bunk of a bed with some guy fucking kicking me because I snored. Like I couldn't sleep. I couldn't even sleep in general. You know? And so I'm just like waking up like in utter tears going, God, how am I gonna get out of this? Just how? And then I'm like, I just said like I am not my body then, and because my body's just feeling just disgusting, dead, and disgusting, just disgusting, and it's just impeccably sad to me to think that a person in my detriment can come out and be like, I need help. And then everyone's just like, oh, you're fucking crazy. And then almost led me beyond a 72-hour hold where that person wanted to keep me there for fucking ever. And honestly, I think that was Rajiv's wife, the landlord from where we were living before. I mean, this shit just gets scary, you guys. Either way, I don't care what the truth is there. All I know is that my truth, with me making my own soap, me doing these detox remedies, I had gotten stuff to come out of my body. I had cuts up and down my whole body. And I was legitimately in shower after shower after shower, like it was a fucking war for my life. So, and it was. It was legitimately a war for my life, and it still is. Obviously. No. I mean, it just went from bad to worse to fucking what the fuck. Y'all know, I wholeheartedly know that these people wanted to remove me from the world so that, the extra whatever is enough, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I feel completely beside myself. I don't feel like even if I got out of myself in that way, I still would know in that moment, as happy as I could be, as happy as I could bring myself to in this life, that it still wouldn't be the 100% me that I could be. And that is why I'm coming out with this stuff, because nobody who's anybody deserves to go through the kind of shit that I've gone through. And I'm out to stop it. I'm out to put an end to that one way or another. People are going to know that, whatever. People are going to know the truth, no matter what that truth is, in the end. And so I stand solid for that truth to come even in this life now. Because where I've been concerned and what I've been concerned with, people want to just poo-poo on it until they're actually experiencing something for themselves, and then they go and study, and then they go and look up, and then they're in question. Then they got questions. But yeah, that's what it takes to wake up. You ask me, because the only thing that this world wants you to do is to continue breaking yourself for all of the mainstream monopolized bullshit that's out here. But I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here at all if it wasn't for me doing that kind of stuff. And like playing doctor with myself, basically, because I'm going to go in there and they're going to give me a little 10-ounce tube of fucking permethrin. What the fuck is that going to do for me? Like, legitimately. I went online. I made my own permethrin cream. I bought the permethrin and I made a whole bottle of it. And then, not to mention, it probably didn't help me. It probably didn't. The things that I think helped me the most are, I put something together where it was like a bunch of oils and had neem powder in it. It had, I don't know. I'd have to get the recipe, but I've just done crazy things with my body because I didn't want to live like that anymore. And I know for a fact that somebody did. Somebody really did want me to live like that. And honestly, they weren't using it to say like, oh, I really want them to live this way. They put this on me thinking that they themselves couldn't live that way. And so it was to target me, to, cause me to suicide myself or some shit. I don't know. But that's the way it makes you feel, especially when you don't get any help from anybody out here. whatever. People can think whatever they want. All I know is that my truth is the fact that with the circumstances that we're facing within our health and the health crises that we're facing today has everything to do with these parasites. Parasites, molds, mildews, all sorts of things that are underlying causes of the actuality of what you're experiencing. And so if we're not able to target the actual root of the problem, then the problem is going to exist, and it's always going to exist. And you're not going to just continue to control them with medications, because these medications come with side effects, and those side effects, you don't know which ones you're going to experience and which ones you're not. And after so many pills, you don't know what side effect is coming from what. And so I just can't, me personally, I couldn't do it, because I know for a fact I couldn't do it. My body was rejecting anything that they'd give me. Like, I'm sitting in there, my tongue's swelling up in the middle of the night, like, and then I read up on it, and it's like, dude, people have been given this drug, their tongue swelled up in the middle of the night, they're dead. And does family do anything to sue these people? Hardly ever. Hardly ever. But the one case that I did read, they did. Their family sued them for what had happened to their family member. And it was like, I don't know, a lot of fucking money in a settlement that they'd won. You know what I mean? So people want to take what I'm saying as like a bad thing or something. I'm just out to discover the truth. You know what I mean? The truth. That's it. I want to know it's true. And with that being said, I really feel that this stuff has been put on me with absolution and aim. But I don't know. All I know is that nobody should have to live the way I've had to, and the way and the what I have written up is to take people from any kind of circumstances in their lives, and especially their love lives, and grow from that. To build that romance, to make that formidable approach, to foster that kind of authenticity. Because nobody who's anybody should have to even think that their own could take it to that kind of place. Or, their friend, whatever. It's just wrong. Okay? And I feel wholeheartedly that I deserve the chance to build this dream of mine, because this dream of mine, I don't think is not gonna if I make it, I'm gonna change this whole world. That's all I know. Before I die, this whole world's gonna change. That's what I'm gonna try and do as far as this stuff is concerned, because look, if someone else is out there right now in that kind of predicament, I just don't like it, okay? I really just don't like it, because they're sitting there, who knows? They're probably taking all the medications that they're being given, and then they're wiped out of themselves, you guys. I don't agree. I don't agree with giving people medications that just wipe them out of themselves. I don't agree with it. And not to mention, these things have chemicals in them, and they're forever chemicals. And these forever chemicals that go into your brain. And then, I don't know, I've done a lot of research on parasites because of what I've gone through. And I have a plan. I don't want to get too much into what my plans are there, but I have a plan for people that are going through similar things as to what I've gone through. And so I just really want people to look at me as if I'm just a guy that's just trying to come back from everything that I've had to come back from in the first place. And it's hard. It is really hard. I wish that somebody could see the me that I see myself as. because that person and those things that I'm trying to do, they're amazing, you guys. I just want you to have faith in me a little bit, that I'm really trying to do something good. And if you do believe in me, support me. I'm trying to grow a movement, so it's not like I'm not in need of like millions of people either. It starts with one. I just want people to start working on their own hearts' work. Like stuff that they've long forgotten about. I want them to dig out of here. Start working on it. And that isn't a bad thing. It's a lot better than some of the things that other people are doing. Anyway, I'm really tired. I've been really super hurt this morning. So anyway, my reason is just clear. I want people to see who I actually am. Not whatever. If I'm writing a song coming from the standpoint of my own ex-friend, it's not going to be, there's going to be a lot of whatever thought process there as far as my putting the song together, as far as like taking an avatar of a person and speaking to that person or speaking from that person's perspective or whatever, writing back and forth, like you got a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. Whatever. People want to like break me before I'm even fucking out of myself to a 3%. I feel like I'm a 2% out of myself right now, and like it's just rebuttal. So that's what I'm getting.